morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Corey. If you were with us to have coffee last weekend, you know that I joked about maybe having coffee with you in Florida again. We did come back to Sioux Falls this week, and there were a couple things that I wanted to touch on after we got back that I knew were going to be happening after we got back. So I thought I'm going to wait. We'll have our coffee at Tavern 88 this morning. I can just tell you about how we wrapped up in Florida, because it was a really fun style. Let's just say it that way. We joined our friends Jeff and Pam in Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, about an hour and a half south of where we're at, from where we're at in Florida. But the show we went to on Saturday night with some American reggae artists, K-Bong and Johnny Cosmic and their band, and there was the opening band was Sprout, and they were really good. Just the venue was a small like beach bar kind restaurant type venue. It's called the Sugar Shack downtown. There's a whole story behind it that Jeff brought me up to speed on, and it's really a cool story and the coolest vibe that I've ever been at a show. So thank you, Jeff and Pam, for allowing us into that world. We had a fantastic time. And if we're connected on Snapchat, you know that the day after the show, Jossie and I decided to hang out for another day with Jeff and Pam down there. And so we're walking the beach, and we go to this little beach bar at a hotel. And there's three guys playing in this little bar. And one of them happens to be Kevin, and I can't remember his last name, but he's the drummer for Stick Figure, which is probably the biggest American reggae band on the scene and has been for years. The guys that we saw, that we went down to the show for, are K-Bong and Johnny Cosmic, and they're two of the other members of this band. And then to just happen upon the drummer from the band at a little hotel bar, it was pretty crazy. Jeff was really into it, as you would be, buddy, because I get it. That's your scene, and it was so cool to see Jeff in his element and get to share in that. We had an outstanding time. But back to the Snapchat thing, I'm sending that out to my Snapchat universe going, hey, anybody know who this guy is? Apparently I don't have a lot of connections, at least via Snapchat, that are familiar with the American reggae scene, because they couldn't pin Kevin as a Stick Figure's drummer. But nonetheless, it was a great time. We had just a super overall trip to Florida. Got back on Wednesday, landed a little afternoon. By 1:15, I was on a conference call, video call with a client, trying to come up with some marketing plans to help them get their home sold. By 4 o'clock, we had an event out at the Experience campus. We're showing off our warehouse and all the things that our staging team can do. We put on a little event for realtors, builders, lenders, to just get more exposure and kind of, you know, give that segment of the experience time to shine. We did an event for the Experience builders a few months ago at our remodel project on Sweetbriar. And this was just a good way to get a bunch of professionals in the industry together again. And the warehouse was looking outstanding. It was so fun to be in that type of venue and connect with some realtors and again, and builders and lenders that I don't see as often as I should. So a successful event there. The one little, you know, maybe business / life item that I just wanted to touch on. And I don't want to go into specific details because maybe some people did some things for me that maybe they wouldn't have normally done But it really came down to, I had an instance which I like to think was predicated off the fact that I was in Florida for 11 days and I did not have this transaction dialed in as tightly as I should have. And it was going to leave the other agent's client in a bind because I missed an element of the transaction that I was needing to make some very early morning connections with to try and ask for a few exceptions to make it work so it didn't inconvenience the other agent's client. And two of my business relationships were willing to do things that were maybe a little outside of the lines to help me out, to cover my tracks, to delay things a little bit so it didn't inconvenience another client. And like I said, I know that's gray. Most of you won't really understand what that's all about. But the premise is this, is that the reason they were willing to do that, and these individuals from business entities were willing to help me out, is because I have long-standing relationships with them. And have always followed through on everything that I've always told them that I was going to do from a business aspect. And I think that is a good maybe business and life lesson to throw out there, because as this transpired that day, frankly, I was thinking about my kids and I'm thinking about my team members. And I'm thinking about it in the context of as you start in business and relationships and life, if you always focus on following through on the things that you're supposed to follow through on, they will start out as small things because that's where life starts, and they become progressively larger things. And so it's doing what you say you're going to do, not sometimes, all the time. Doing what you say you're going to do, not when it's easy or convenient, but sometimes when it's hard and sometimes when it really costs you something, but you follow through. And if you are able to gain the reputation and the experience of someone that always follows through, it will help you when the chips are down. And if you make a mistake that allows you and affords you the opportunity to be able to call on someone and say, hey, I'm going to follow through here. Can you help me out with something? It makes it a lot easier to make that happen. And so I think that that's one of those things that I don't like to do that very often, and I strive to really not be putting myself in that position. But it did warm my heart this week to know that when I am in that position, the fact that my track record has been pretty solid over the years allows me to not inconvenience others because I've made a mistake, and through the help of other business professionals and business relationships that I have. So if you guys join me for coffee, you know who you are, and I appreciate you very, very much. And I'm hopeful that little business lesson and life lesson will go out to, obviously to all of you, but more specifically with my younger team members and with my children, that follow through. Do what you say you're going to do, not sometimes, all the time, and it will benefit you as you move down the road of life. So, thanks for joining me, you guys. Appreciate you every weekend here at Coffee with KORY, and hope to see you again next week at Coffee with KORY.